Let some more people join us, hopefully. Hey, Miss Verduzco, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Let's go, Letty.
All right, everybody, welcome to Azusa High's Cafe Azteca. Today is April 15, 2021. We will be going over class schedules and what we call TIMS, question and answers. And we have a raffle for our parents today, so please participate, okay? Thank you. So I'm going to go over the agenda real quick. Norms for our virtual meetings, our class schedule, and what we call TIMS, our entrance and exits for these coming weeks, and future meeting dates. So norms for our meetings are mute your microphone. It's okay to turn off your camera. This meeting is being recorded, and be present and participate. Okay, and we're always fortunate enough to have one of our great administrators join our meeting. And today we have Dr. Gomez here today. Thank you, sir, for being here. Really appreciate it. And I'm sorry. Um, we're gonna have a pom pom game here. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna go over our next week's first week hybrid distance learning block. This is our schedule for next week. If We're gonna go over real quick. Zero period will start from 7:20 to 7:55. The student and family connection, that is when we encourage students to email their teachers or even ask for a little bit of tutoring during that time, or a Google Meet to go over some instructional things they might have missed, or anything. That's a really great time for students to meet up with their teachers, hopefully, or email them from 8 to 8:30. Then we're going to continue with first period, and then we're going to go to third, and we're going to go to fifth period. And the DL means distance learning. So they're going to be doing all this from home on their Chromebooks, computers, or however they study. That's what they're going to be doing it. And then they're going to have lunch from 12:30 to 1:30 at home, not here on campus. Everything will be done from home. Then hopefully tomorrow, students will be told by their first period teacher if they will be part of their cohort A or cohort B. And then on Monday, they will get to come in from 1:30 to 2:40 for what we call TIMS, which is tutoring, intervention, motivation, mentoring, support for our students. And that's in person. That's what the IP stands for, the in person. And then we go on to seventh period, which is also in person. And so that'll be Monday and then Tuesday. And now Wednesday. Wednesday is now our new minimum day. So instead of it being Monday, now it's switched over to Wednesday. So Wednesdays will be from 0 to 6, lunch at home from 12:10 to 1 o'clock, and then seventh period from 1 to 1:35, all on distance learning. And then Thursday and Friday back to regular day with their cohort A or cohort B. And like I said, hopefully teachers will be letting them know in advance what cohort they are. And that's how the students will know when they should be coming in or when they would like to come in, okay? That was week 1. Now we're moving on to week 2, which again, it's the zero period, the student and family connections, which as you can see are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, okay? So please take advantage of that time. So if you know your teacher, your student was marked absent or something, that's a really great time to send an email like, hey, teacher, I noticed you marked me absent or late, whatever. So hopefully you guys will take advantage of that. And again, we go, with period 1, period 3, period 5, lunch from home. And then again, cohort A, and this will meet with their third period in person for their tutoring, intervention, motivation, mentoring, support, and then in person seventh period. Okay, and again, Wednesday will be our minimum day. Okay.
So we have the first week, starting next week, period 1 and 2 will be the opportunity for an in-person TIMS time. The week after that would be the period 3 and 4 opportunity for in-person TIM time. And then the third week would be the opportunity for 5th and 6th in-person TIMS time. And if your student does not come to TIMS time in person, then it is highly, highly recommended, or extremely recommended that 1:30 to 2:40 time they use for finishing up their homework assignment, for finishing up the rest of the school day from home, studying time, connecting with the teacher if possible. And just because they're not in person, it means that they still can continue with their assignments for that 1:30 to 2:40 time.
Thank you, Maritza. That is correct. So here, as you can see, we have, I hope most of you guys are receiving the Aries email every Friday. As you can see, you'll see your students' schedule. You'll see the teachers' emails. So please reach out to those teachers for any questions, any doubts, for any Google Meets. I know a lot of teachers are available for Google Meets. So look out for that on your weekly report, and remember that you can also hopefully connect from 8 to 8:30 with those teachers on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And if you need any assistance, please reach out to Maritza and myself. We'll be more than happy to help you with that. So yes, every teacher does have an email. So please, hopefully you guys will connect in that matter with your students' teachers. Okay. And that's what, yes, I'm sorry. And that's what each classroom looks like. Each desk has its, they are spread apart, and each desk does have its own little plastic thing up. So that way there is some safety there. So that's what a classroom looks like now. Different, huh? So yeah. Okay, classroom disinfecting. Every classroom will have wipes for students to wipe down their desk. Every classroom will be sprayed at the end of the day, and every classroom will have a deep clean on Wednesdays. Okay?
Ms. Perez, you had a question?
Yes, I was going to ask, so the first period when they go in for Tim's, if they go in, do they need to notify the teacher if they're going to come in or not going to go in?
Good question.
Good question. Ms. Pecorari answered that last in the Spanish meeting, so I know the answer. They do not need to notify the teacher if they're going to go in or not, because the teacher already designated the specific amount of students that can go in. So it's up to the student if they choose to go in. So they're still going to be, it's going to be a small group that's going to be allowed to go in. Depending on how many desks are allowed in the classroom, I think it's between 15 and 16. So it would be 16 students. This is your group, your cohort A, and this is the day you can come in. If you don't come in, okay, you don't need to tell us you're not coming in. Okay. But this is the day if you choose to come in.
Yeah.
So my son was given, from what he told me, cohort B.
Cool.
So if he's in cohort B, that means half of the class will be there Monday and he will be Tuesday too. And that just makes it so there's enough seating for everybody, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So he would be arriving on Tuesdays and Fridays for his in-person Tim's time. So Tuesday, he would have his first period, Tim's time. Friday, he will have his second period, Tim's time. And then the following week on Tuesday, he'll have third period. And the following Friday, he'll have fourth period. And then the third week will be fifth and sixth.
Thank you.
No problem.
But we'll have these schedules up.
We'll blast them everywhere.
Yes, yes.
Miss Sophia, you had a question?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my son is allowed to go into PLTW for the 2 days because there's not enough kids. So if some other teachers, like some kids don't want to go to their cohort, can my son take advantage and take up their spot? So go both days for that same period?
What is PLTW?
It's the engineering class.
Okay. I want to hear if Dr. Gomez heard that question.
What was the question again? I'm sorry. I'm in two meetings right now.
Gomez.
So Miss Sophia, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So I guess there's enough students in the class in PLTW for all of them to show up for cohort A and cohort B. So my son is going to both. So let's say for a different class where that's not the case, if one of the kids doesn't want to go to cohort A and my son is already in cohort B, can he take advantage and take up that kid's spot in cohort A also?
So it all depends on the teacher, Ms. Verduzco. So we just had a meeting today with the teachers where the dividing of the cohorts is going to be on the teacher. Some teachers are doing what you said with Project Lead the Way and IB courses that are smaller. They're saying that the 15 IB students are cohort A and cohort B, say for example for Monday, period 1. So the Project Lead the Way, you can do that. However, students will not have the option of going to whichever cohort they want to go to. If they have to clear it with the teacher, because the teacher's going to identify if there's room in cohort A and cohort B. So I would just say, Ms. Verduzco, have your son email the teacher and let him know that he or she, I think you said son, that he's really wants to come in both days, and if he can sign him up to both cohorts, because more than likely there is going to be room, but it just has to be cleared by the teacher to make sure that they have room in their cohorts.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions on the schedule while we're on it? And remember, if you're participating, asking questions, making comments, or if we were able to see your face, we're going to put your name in the raffle. Miss Barbara.
Okay, now when they're in the TIMS, the classes there, are they allowed to leave early or they have to stay the full time?
Fantastic question. So, Ms. Lopez, we are recommending that our students stay for the entire 70 minutes. What we're going to say to our students, if they finish, let's say Ms. Barbara, let's say you have math first period, and on Monday you go to cohort A, your math TIMS time, and you finish the work in 30 minutes. What we're telling the teachers is to recommend to you, Barbara, to continue doing work for other classes, to do some check-in with your teacher, to stay for the entire 70 minutes. If a student says, I have to go to work, I have to leave, we are going to allow that. But if they leave early, they're going to have to leave through the Cerritos side,
Okay.
because the back gate's not going to be open.
Okay. So
yes,
they're gonna
yes.
exit both.
Little Lopez can leave before the 70 minutes, but we're going to encourage them as much as possible to stay for the 70 minutes.
Okay, so when they leave school, they're allowed to leave in the back or in the front too?
If they leave at 2:40, we're gonna have the gates on the Rockville side and Cerritos open. If they leave before, only the Cerritos side will be open.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be going over a little bit more detail, the exits and entrances as well in this presentation. So if you have any further questions, we can answer them at the end of the presentation, or feel free to write them in the chat so we have enough time to share everything with everyone. Sorry, I got confused. Okay.
Yes, virtual learning. Virtual learning will continue through June. Teachers will not be changed. Students have the opportunity to come to campus to get help from their teachers after distance learning, which we call TIMS. If student does not wish to attend after school support during TIMS, their grade will not be negatively impacted in any way, okay? And athletes, from home will have to come onto campus ready to go for practice after school, because we don't believe they'll have enough time to go there and then come back for practice. So please just know that. And to clarify, coming in person is optional and will focus on in-person support, not more distance learning or teaching. That teacher cannot give a test to only the students who showed up to TIMS. No, if a teacher is going to give a test, he has to give it during regular distance learning time, not Tim's time, okay? It may be able to make up a test, but that's a whole different thing. But just keep that in mind. And if opting not to come for tutoring, work time will be offered. No more asynchronous instruction. This model does not interrupt any student's schedule or changes other teachers. And signature programs and electives will not be affected, like IB, AP, and CTE. Okay. Thank you. And after school expectations. Once tutoring or support teams is completed, student must exit the campus while maintaining social distance. Students will either exit campus or will go through the athletic practice, come dressed ready to practice. Students will not be allowed to hang out or congregate on campus, okay? Parents can pick up their child on the Cerritos Avenue student parking lot or Rockville Street. Okay.
Okay, so this is where I go. I'm gonna try to zoom in as best as possible because I know some of you are on your phones and it's a little hard to read. So let me see if I can bring this down. This is an image of the Cerritos parking lot, the Cerritos side. We have Cerritos Avenue right here. So this is the first entrance when dropping off your students, or if they're coming on their bike, or if they're driving themselves. They will be entering through the long sidewalk, this pathway, which leads to the large double black gates. This is where they'll be entering. They will not be entering where the staff parking lot is, and this is the front of the staff, the main office. They will not be entering through here. Students will not be dropped off here. This staff parking lot will be closed because it will be full due to all the staff parking here. So please drop off your student along the curb or in the student parking lot. You have the option to drop off in the student parking lot. They will be walking out of the student parking lot towards Cerritos Avenue and walk through here. This would be the entrance path where they'll be entering the main office and then getting their temperature scan and then walking out of the main office and heading straight to their assigned classroom. And the next image shows the Cerritos parking lot. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. No, too much. So here's a student parking lot. We will have this open for students that drive or for parents that want to drop off in the parking lot, or they can drop off along the Cerritos curb. And again, the gates on the side towards the back of the student parking lot will be closed. So everyone that parks in here will have to walk out towards the Cerritos street and then walk into the main office through this pathway where the large double black gates are. Here's an image of how the students will be lined up. These are the gates, the large black gates that they'll be walking through, and they would be wearing their face mask, and they'll be at 6 feet apart, and there will be little tapes signifying where they'll be standing. I'm not going to play the video. It takes a little bit of time, so we're just going to move on. So from the line where they're standing outside, they're going to enter one door into the main office. There's going to be a personnel there checking the monitor to see their temperature. This is the scanner TV. As soon as they walk in, they don't even have to stop. They just walk straight in. The temperature is scanned and it shows on the monitor what temperature there is. If it's green, the little green box circumferencing their face, which is good to go. If it lights red, and then the personnel is going to have to pull the student up to the side and double check the temperature because they won't be able to enter campus. So they'll walk out this other door and then they'll head straight to their class. Now, if they're entering through the Cerritos side, the Rockville side, sorry, they will be dropped off on the Rockville curb. They would line up along the fence on Rockville. There would be personnel there asking a couple questions, and then they would walk in safely at still physically distanced with the mask on, and then they would enter the East lab where they'll get their temperature scanned. Here's an image of that. We're not going to play the video because we don't want to see Dr. Gomez give everybody a big thumbs up. But this is the gate that they're lined up against. They're going to get their questions, and then they're going to walk down this way around towards the building. They're going to be walking and lined up. And then they will be entering the East Lab. And here's a second temperature scanner, monitoring their temperature, and they'll be walking in. If we have any questions on that, I'll give it 14 seconds regarding the temperature scanning and coming in. Okay, so when they are on campus, their directionals of the path that they walk will be specific. The term is counterclockwise, but I don't even know what that means. So what this is they'll be walking through them. If they're walking through the main office, through Cerritos, they're going to be walking straight, and they go along this path. Their outdoor stage is right here where it says entrance 1. The parent center is right here, this first portable. So they're walking this way to get to their classes up here. This is where the art class is. This is where their English classes are. And then they're going to be walking out towards the back and around. Here's the library, and around and down. If they need to get to the other quad area, they're going to go across towards the library and up and around. And they're going to go around by auto shop and the science classes. This is how they're going to access the rest of the classrooms. And then they exit. There are water filling stations where the blue dots are. The water filling stations are actually what they are, filling stations, not water fountains where they put their mouth near the water spout. They have to take a water bottle or a container to fill up their water bottles because it's going to be a hands-free method. It's a lot more sanitary. And any of the offices or breezeways where the guidance is, where the career center is, where the indoor cafeteria is, where the student lounge is, those pathways will be closed. So that will make it purposeful that they have to walk around. And this is all just due to safety. So there's not a lot of contact, and there's minimizing contact, and there's no indoor accumulation of people. So that's why the breezeways are also closed off. Any questions regarding that? Now, regarding exiting the campus, there will be 2 exits on the Rockville side. We'll see these exits right here where the gates are. They'll be opened during after Tim's at 2:40. And the other exit on the Cerritos side would be where the main office is. These 2 exits where the main office is. And then if they rode a bike or if they drove their car, they'll be able to exit through here. This gate will be open, which wasn't open when they arrived. This gate will be open so they can exit and head to the student parking lot to get their bike or get into their car. If your student brings a bike or skateboard to campus, they will have to check into the main office and get scanned first before they can lock up their bike or lock up their skateboard. Any questions regarding this or comments? And feel free to say you didn't understand clearly or that you did understand it. That way I can put your name in the raffle because you participated. Miss Lizette.
Yes, I don't know if you're going to cover that, but say if I do send my son to do attend one of the periods, or he does go, it's his first year there, he's never been, and is there going to be like, I don't know if they know if there's going to be
Like a map
or somebody tell them, hey, your class is this way, or I'm
a
sure you're going
guide.
to be lost. Yeah.
Good question. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if Dr. Gomez, I know he's in a meeting, so he's probably listening see if he has an answer.
Can you repeat the question? I caught the end of it, but not the whole thing.
Will there be somebody guiding like the new students? My son's a ninth grader, so say he gets there, he's gonna just to give him some type of direction.
Sure. So the class starts at 1:30. So we're looking at opening the front gates at about 1:50. So when he comes in, he can ask us, hey, where is Miss Pegrari's class, or where is Miss Vogel's class, and we'll make sure that we point them in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be at the front gate. We'll have a campus aides in the center campus. We'll have administrators on the Rockville gate as well. So we'll make sure that we have folks at different entry places.
Okay. Thank you.
Really
Great
great
question.
questions. Yeah.
Miss Verduzco, any questions? Miss Robles, Miss Lizzie, Miss Elisa, if we haven't heard from you, do you have any questions or comments? Miss Myra.
Miss Lizzie.
Miss Myra first, and then Lizzie.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Myra. What were you saying?
I just wanted to know if maybe you guys have more information about those students that won't be going back to campus, but for the 7th period they have band. So how will that work?
So for the students,
So Ms. Robles, for the 7th period, make sure that you check in with. We don't have many kids with 7th period, so it's not going to be a big issue. But we have like the choir and we have band, and I know that those teachers are already thinking of different ways to support that instruction. So I would have your son email the teacher ASAP. And I think if you ask your son, I think the teacher already has a solution, but just email the teacher, because the 3 classes that we have for 7th period is band, choir, and a college class. So those teachers have already been thinking about how to solve that.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Lizzie?
I just have a question. Have you guys thought about how summer school is gonna look? Or has there been any talk about how is it gonna look?
Yeah, so this hasn't been confirmed, but what I have been informed is that we will have 200 students for in-person summer school, which will be supported through Think Together and our teachers. So and it'll be a similar small class sizes, so anywhere between 15 and 18 kids in the in-person. At the same time, we'll also have distance learning. We'll have distance learning through Citrus College. So that's going to be another option that they'll have summer school available virtually. So there's going to be the 2 programs. One is through Citrus College virtual, and one is an in-person through Think Together. As soon as we have information, we'll be sharing it on our social media and emails. So just stand by, and we'll inform you as soon as we have confirmed information.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. We're almost done. So if Miss Elisa Melgoza can say hi, we can put you in our raffle. Miss Alejandra Cardenas Garcia, if you're able to just say hi, we know you're there. We can put your name in the raffle. I really want to put everyone's name in this raffle.
It's a really great prize. I want my name in the raffle. Maritza won't let me.
No, I won't let her.
Too fair. See? All right. So real quick, while we get back to our PowerPoint, 211 is kind enough to donate these prizes. So we really appreciate it. And that's why we're asking you to please participate. I know you all deserve a prize for just being here, but we got one donated from 211. So we really appreciate it. It's a really great prize. And if you don't know, Miss Molly is our person who does work with us from 211. She's our representative, and she's really great, really sweet, really kind. if you guys need any help, any assistance, any information, please, you can, as you see, her cell phone is 626-734-4934, or her email, or if you need any assistance with getting in contact with her, let us know. We'll be more than happy to help you out. But she always has resources for our parents here in the community, so please use that resource. Thank you.
Miss Perez, you had a question?
Yes, real quick. If they go into the class for Tim's, do they need to take a laptop with them?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, they must bring their Chromebooks with them. Lockers will not be available from what I understand. So that is a really great question. Thank you again. Yes, they must bring their Chromebook and their water bottle.
Their
Please,
charger, have their
yes,
Chromebook fully charged, and have their charger
yes.
with them. They
Thank
could have their backpack, have the books
you.
they need, have the paper, tools, whatever they need for their class, because there
Yes.
will be no lockers available.
No.
Okay,
So thank
so he has a personal laptop. So how, I think I've heard that I can contact somebody to get one because I wouldn't want him to take his laptop into class.
Right. And then they would have a hard time connecting to the internet. You probably won't be able
Mm-hmm.
to connect to the internet. So we do have a phone number for Miss Annette Campos. She is on Azusa at the Azusa location. She's on site. And you will need her.
email address, which is acampos@azusa.org. And she's going to send that student a survey to complete. It's a Chromebook survey. And then she will let them know when they can stop by and pick it up. And it will be here at Azusa High.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Another great question. Yeah.
As a reminder, next week on Thursday, April 22nd, we're going to have a presentation with the promoters of mental health regarding anxiety disorders. It's a really great topic. It's great to be knowledgeable on the topic. And if you have experience with this, or if you want to learn about it, we encourage you to join us. It's at 6 p.m. and it usually lasts only 45 minutes to an hour. And the remainder of the time is to just share experiences or talk about it. So we invite you to that. And let's do the raffle. If you haven't had the opportunity to say hello, please do so now. We can add your name here. Miss Elisa, maybe you're not able to talk, and we do understand. Maybe you are at work and you're not able to talk and you're listening to us. So, Miss Alejandra, thank you for being here. Miss Elisa, thank you for being here. Martin is not a winner. Sorry.
I know.
You can't win and everything. So,
Pretty tried, Martin.
we're gonna be nice, and we're gonna let everyone that was here be in the raffle, because we do understand and we want to be reasonable that maybe not everyone has the ability to speak at this time, but they're making the effort to be here. So let's spin the wheel. I'm missing someone. Myra, tell me. Okay. I don't want you to
All
miss
right.
out.
Good luck, everybody. It's a really great prize. And then I will call you afterwards so you can come. Whoever wins can get this prize. Who won? Yay, Miss! Yay, Miss
I'm
Lopez!
gonna do something. Miss Barbara Lopez won, but I know Miss Barbara Lopez won last time too. So what I'm gonna do is, Miss Barbara Lopez, you get the prize, but I'm gonna spin again, and we're gonna give someone else the opportunity to win,
All
because
right.
I want to be fair. I know Miss Lopez, it's fun to be a winner. So Miss Lopez, yes, you won the prize. Congratulations! And I'm gonna spin again because I wanna get a different name pop up. So we'll have two winners this time.
Yes.
Don't tell the Spanish.
Yeah, don't tell.
Miss Barbara, I need to remove your name.
Put Letty in there.
Wins too
Be
much.
Be
nice.
nice. Yeah, see, be nice. Hey, Miss Melgoza.
Miss
Miss
Elisa
Melgoza.
Melgoza.
I will give you a call and we'll get together and you can pick up this prize. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. thank you everybody for joining us and being participant for the raffle. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Real quick, I want to go over some information. Upcoming dates, our family newsletter will come out April 22nd. We also have an ELAC meeting that morning. That is for parents who have a student and as an English learner. So if you know somebody, please encourage them to join our meeting. It's super important. We have Cafe Azteca with the principal, April 29th from 3:30 to 4. And again, we want to remind you about joining our April 22nd, 6 p.m. Promotores of Mental Health, Anxiety Disorders. And remember, it's not just for our families, but any family, anybody can join. So please help spread that word. We'd really appreciate it. These are really great topics. And so please join us, okay? Those dates. And real quick, for those who join us on our parent support, our Google Meets, we usually have a Monday, but since the schedule will be changing, I think we're just going to make a time change on Monday. We haven't decided yet, but we're thinking about Monday, maybe 12:30 to 1 instead of 12 to 12:30. So, but we'll keep you guys posted, and that's just to say hi, or if you have any other questions or any comments, Maritza and I are usually there, also with Molly from 211. So join us, please. Okay, we'll give you an updated time.
Thank you, everyone. I know we took about 6 minutes over time, but thank you for being here. I'm going to stay on. Thank you, Myra. I'm going to stay on. Letty's going to stay on. If you have any other questions, we'll be here. But thank you so much for joining us. And we'll send this recording.
Have a great rest of the week.
Take care, everyone.
Yes, thank you.